everyone, and welcome back to the State of the Fandom. I am your democratically elected president for life of the furry fandom, Neil Fox, and with me today, as always, is
the Prime Minister and War Dog of the furry fandom.
Yes, Labs the Labrador is here with me today, as always, my co-host, my wonderful, wonderful partner in life and in VR chat. Labs, the Labrador. By the way, did I tell you? I don't think I was going to tell you, but then I got busy talking with my friend, my former boyfriend, Rapid Rescue. I got busy talking with him. It was a very interesting conversation. But anyway, I was going to tell you that I found someone on Fiverr who can potentially make you a very inexpensive custom VR chat model.
Oh my. Cute.
So you could have a Labrador in whatever shape that you prefer, that you could run around and be a puppy in VR chat.
That's cute.
I was thinking it would make a wonderful way for us to make video content for TikTok and YouTube.
Oh, good thinking.
So, anyway, we'll talk more about that later. But,
okay.
So the there's been a lot of excitement today in the furry fandom. I've lost, I don't even know how many followers on Twitter, which is fine. I'll get them back. I've lost a lot of followers, because I have put out what's called a beware about the most famous furry ever. Do you know who the most famous furry ever is?
Who is the most famous furry ever?
Well, he goes by Majira Strawberry online, and I'm going to actually check and see here live on the show how many subscribers that he has as of now. It's just rolled over midnight, so it is the 20th of June, and so let's see how many subscribers that he has as of the 20th of June. Majira Strawberry has 290,000 subscribers and 315 videos. So he is by far the most popular furry ever. No one else is even close. If you asked the average YouTube viewer, can you name a furry? The only furry they would be able to name is Majira Strawberry. No one else even comes close. The second biggest would be Picari Roo, and she has, let me see, Picari Roo.
Who the hell is that?
Exactly. So you've heard of Majira before, right?
Yes.
But you haven't heard of Picari Roo, the second biggest furry YouTuber, with 223,000 subscribers.
Isn't Pyrocynical up there somewhere?
No, Pyrocynical doesn't make furry content as his main content. So
True.
Pyrocynical is a furry, but he is not a quote-unquote furry content creator. So he's not creating content for furries.
Fair enough.
So I'm talking about furry fandom creators. Majira is by far the most popular. No one else even comes close. And I have a lot of messages with Majira from back in the day. I have about 5,000 messages with Mr. Kyle Summers, which is his real name, and it's not doxing him to tell his real name. His real name's on a bunch of different stuff that he's officially put out, including I think a Twitter account and stuff. So it's not like it's a secret that his name is Kyle Summers. Where he actually got the name Majira is Majira means summer in Swahili, and so his character is Majira or Summer Strawberry, and so. Anyway, that's where the name came from originally. So, I decided that I would just post a couple of screenshots from some conversations we had back in the day. And they have gotten quite the uproar on the furry internet. Remember the messages I showed you on Telegram?
Yeah.
I want you to just estimate, because I haven't counted, but I want you to just estimate how many messages you saw.
you send a lot of things on Telegram. So last I checked, there were like 90 messages that I hadn't read.
No. I'm not talking about to you, my love. Oh, here we go. It counts for me. All right. Oh, 70,000 messages.
Oh, okay.
Okay. So I've received 70,000 messages. And it's piling up by the second. I have, understandably, people are very upset that I have posted some very, very, we won't say criminal. Criminal would not be the right word because it certainly has not been proven in a court of law. We'll say creepy. I've posted some very creepy things that he has done in the past. So, I said, in my Twitter post, I said, I'm putting out a beware for his creepy and over-sexual behavior at conventions. So, and when I say over-sexual, I want to make sure that I clarify that, because it's not bad to be horny. Most furries are horny. You can back me up on that, right?
Yes, most furries are horny.
Right. So it's not a crime to be horny, but it is a crime to groom people for sex. That is a crime.
Yeah.
Now, I am not claiming, again, remember when I said in a previous episode, I want to make sure my lawyer can sleep well at night?
Yeah.
So let me just say, to clarify, this is all alleged, okay? I am not saying that he committed criminal acts, because that would be wrong. What I am saying is that he wrote these messages to me on his official account that he still uses to this day. And when I say to this day, I mean literally today. I sent him a message, and he saw the message today. So he still uses the same account. So, anyway, Majira, I would love to have you on the podcast, and I would love to speak with you in detail about how you are completely innocent of the potentially extremely serious crimes that I have some evidence here that it could be true. I'm not saying it's true. Again, I want my lawyer to be able to sleep well. So I am not saying that he committed criminal acts. I'm saying the evidence is rather interesting. It's just interesting. That's all I'm saying.
Wow.
So, when I say over-sexual, what do I mean? What I mean is he solicits sex from people at conventions. So he will message people before an event, saying, hey, I'm Majira Strawberry. Would you like to have sex with me, or whatever? I don't know the exact content of the message, but he's asking people to have sex with him, and because he is famous, they say yes, even if they are uncomfortable with it. It's not okay.
No.
That's called grooming. And I certainly hope that all of the people that he had sex with were of age and consented to it and all of that. But I don't know. I look forward to hearing stories from people who he has solicited sex from. And I encourage anyone who would like to speak to me about it. My phone number is 501-226-6012. Now, I do use what's called a IP relay service provided by T-Mobile. And so it won't be me that you get on the line. It will be an IP relay operator. I use this for medical reasons, which I've gone into in great detail in various other posts. So I won't go into that now. But the point is that you can call me at that number, 501-226-6012, if you have a tip for the show. So anyway, if you have a news tip, you can call that number. So I said, everyone, in my Beware post, I said, everyone knows that he does this. Now, including some of his close friends, who are some of the other most famous furries in the fandom. So people like Beta Eta Delota, Kiwi Fox, Pineapple Fox, I assume Telephone must know, since she's done a lot of different stuff with him. So a lot of the other, most famous furries in the fandom, they all know that he grooms people. Like it's not a secret.
No.
It's an open secret at best.
Yes.
So anyway, and because he's famous, he gets a free pass on this creepy behavior. Even if it's not illegal, it's creepy. Like, there's no question about that. So, like, for example, in this screenshot that I posted, he said, "You're the professional. I'm sure you know what to do." I said, "Professional?" And then I looked over at my screen printing setup, and I said, yes, professional, of course. Because at the time I was using a really janky, like, ghetto, quote-unquote, screen printing setup. And I said, yes, sir, I am the consummate professional. And so he responds, "I am a professional at getting fucked. Does that count?" And I said, "I'll have what he's having," because I was kind of uncomfortable. I wanted to kind of deflect away from that conversation, but, and he goes, "OMG." I said, "Professional at getting fucked, LOL." And then I referenced something that had happened relatively recently at the time. I said, "You posted a video from a con, and every other comment was, 'What is that white spot on your arm? Is that cum?'" And he goes, "Yes, it's cum. Want a taste?"
I'll pass.
That's kind of creepy. Would you agree that that's kind of creepy to say to your merch manager?
A little bit, yeah. It seems really, what's the right word? Detached from reality?
Well, this is what happens to people when they get famous, is they don't understand that the rules still apply to them. Because, and this happens to celebrities all the time. It happens to YouTubers. It happens to people who get famous on Twitter. It's, people treat famous people differently than they treat the average person. And so I want you to imagine if you had 25 people a day messaging you on Twitter saying, "Hey, I want to have sex with you." Then would it be weird in your own mind? Would it be weird for you to then go and say, "Hey, I want to have sex with you," to someone else?
Yes, that still would be weird to me.
Good. I'm glad. But some people are not as smart as you.
Yes.
And Majira, I say this with not in any hateful way, not in some disparaging way. It's not meant to be an insult. It is just meant to be a statement of fact. Majira is very dumb.
Yeah.
And like, when I say very dumb, I'm not saying that he is not capable of doing adult things or something like that, but like, even he in his own videos will say, like, "Yeah, I'm kind of dumb." It's not a secret. He's very open about it. He's like, yeah. He's not a smart man. And so, in my opinion...
Well, no, he's a fox.
Yeah, foxes are not that smart. That's fair. But,
except for you. You're very smart.
Thank you. Well, that's very kind of you to say. But, in my opinion, what has happened over the past 5 years or so that he's been famous on YouTube is that people have been around him, enabling him in his bad behavior.
Yeah, sounds about right.
Including the convention chairs and the people running the conventions and his friends. So friends like Beta Delota, for example, who's not super famous, but he is very well known in the furry community. And, hangs out with Majira, does a lot of, collabs with him and stuff like that. Sunny Dingo is another one who did a video with him a while back, and I will have to play you a clip from this video, not on the podcast, but I'll do it later.
I've never heard of Sunny Dingo.
Don't worry about it. But
okay.
In the collab video that they did, public on YouTube to this day, okay? It is public on YouTube right now. Majira Strawberry reaches over and gropes the crotch of this fursuiter. Live on YouTube. Which is against YouTube's terms of service, by the way. I have no idea how this YouTube video is still online and not age restricted.
Magic?
In fact, that actually might explain something interesting, because Majira has not been able to get his channel monetized. Did you know that?
Gee, I wonder why.
Yeah, so he has said to me and to many others, I'm so confused why my channel won't get monetized after all this time. I wonder if it's because you have a video of you groping someone live on your channel right now. But anyway.
And other stuff he's done, I'm sure.
Oh, we are just getting started.
I'm sure there's no mystery here. It's just, he's dumb.
It is not bad to be dumb, but it is bad for the people around you to enable bad behavior, and then for the behavior to continue for years with no change. Like, something that I learned in my, I did the IOP, the intensive outpatient therapy, a few months ago.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I learned that was very interesting is something that I've thought a lot about, is that they said it is not bad to be wherever you are as a person. So everyone goes through growth in their life. So, you are not the same person that you were 5 years ago. You are not. I am not the same person I was 7 years ago when I traced stuff. Thank God. I'm on medication, for example. That's a big difference. That I am no longer suicidally depressed. Thank God. So that's a big difference. So people change. That is part of being a human being, is change.
Come on.
It is not bad to have done bad things. In the moment, because there's a concept in Buddhism of the present moment. And in the moment that you are living right now, wherever you are, you can actually practice this, just see it for yourself, because it is a very interesting thing. All you have to do is, you can pause the episode, you just sit down in a chair, with your feet on the ground, your hands in your lap, and you just close your eyes and breathe, and you focus on your breath, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. And for a first time, you might do 60 seconds, for example. And what you'll notice is that your mind kind of quiets down, and you have the ability to think really rationally. At least that's the experience for me. But what I notice is that people like Majira, people like YouTubers, oftentimes do not take the time to do these kinds of exercises where they slow down and they think about their own actions. And so it leads to things like what Majira has done. And again, this is not a secret. I am not revealing something new. I am just putting it into the public versus it being hidden from the public by those in power in the furry fandom. The con chairs know, his friends know, most of the people that he has had on his channel for a collab, he has had sex with them. And again, it's not bad to be horny, but literally, he fucked his way to the top. That is how he got famous, is that he had sex with the other popular furries in the furry fandom, and so that's why they did collaborations with him. Again, this is not a secret. You can ask.
Key is just to be a dumb, horny furry.
Yeah, surprisingly enough, you can get a long way in this world by being a dumb whore. But anyway,
so I've been doing it wrong the whole time. Damn it.
Another thing that happened back in the day is Majira, accidentally, and I'm using air quotes, accidentally sent me a video of him having sex with another furry. Now, he immediately deleted it. It was on my page for like a couple of seconds, or I don't know, like less than a minute. It was on my page. But like, who is dumb enough to accidentally send a sex tape to your merch manager? That's pretty dumb. And he's like, "Oh, I'm so sorry. It was an accident." I'm like, "Okay. Okay, why did you do that? It's kind of weird."
Yes.
This person that he was having sex with in the video is not just any person. Let me explain why. So, Treble Van Doren is a very infamous figure in the furry fandom. Probably even more infamous than me, which is saying something. If you have been to pretty much any furry convention, you have met Treble Van Doren. He has red hair, the ginger hair, and he wears a kigu of his character, which is like tan and teal with green hair. So if you've seen this person wearing this kigu, or this, it's like a hoodie, basically, or like a onesie, essentially, of his character. If you have been to a furry convention and gone to the Lemon Brat table before Lemon Brat fired him, but you have met Treble Van Doren. And so this is the person that Majira accidentally sent me a sex tape of him and Treble. So Treble is quite the character. He used to work for Lemon Brat, which is the biggest furry company that I know of. I don't think there's anyone that's bigger than them.
No, there isn't, other than maybe Bad Dragon.
Oh yeah, Bad Dragon is probably bigger. So other than Bad Dragon, probably the biggest furry company. And again, this is all public record. This is not me revealing something that's, some furry secret or something. But Treble is accused of stealing $60,000 from Lemon Brat. Supposedly, at least according to the court documents, he basically had a second credit card reader, and he would just every so often swipe a credit card on his own personal reader instead of on the business one, which would be very easy to do at a convention. As soon as I heard it, I was like, yeah, kind of makes sense. Not makes sense in that, I think that the evidence, I have no evidence to prove it one way or the other, but my point is that if a person was going to do this specific thing of, swiping cards on one reader instead of another, it would be very easy to do.
Yes. And apparently Lemon Brat didn't have the wonderful sponsor of this episode, Bench.
Oh yeah. I actually don't know what accounting service that Lemon Brat uses. I've talked to Treble quite a lot. He's a very nice guy. He, in my opinion, is a bit too much of a horn dog himself. But anyway, to get back to our lovely sponsor, who I'm sure wants to be not associated with Treble Van Doren in any way. Bench is actually the biggest small business accounting service in the country. I actually learned about them long before I ever got a sponsorship from them. I actually tried them out back in the day with Artwork Tea. That's the reason why I knew about them and how they did their stuff, is because I used them for Artwork Tea back in the day.
Yeah.
I didn't end up sticking with them just because at the time it was more expensive than I was able to pay. Now, their prices are actually very fair. The prices for their accounting services are $300 as the base price per month. Mm-hmm. And then if you want to add the tax service on top of that, it's a total of $500. So it's very reasonable for what it is. It's just I didn't have the money for it at the time. I was very broke for many reasons, but that can be a whole episode in and of itself. But
that could be a whole season if we wanted to.
We have enough stories, or I should say I have enough stories from the hundreds of conventions that I've attended. I have enough stories to tell probably 1,000 podcast episodes. It's wild. But anyway, to finish up our sponsor message, Bench is, you can find them at bench.co, bench.co. and you can try them for yourself. The first month is free. So if you sign up for it and you don't like it, then you've gotten a month of free accounting, which for a small business owner, why would you not want a month of free accounting? So, in my opinion, there's no reason not to give it a try. So anyway.
I wonder how many people use Bench to catch up on all their books.
Probably a lot.
During tax season. And just drop it afterwards.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's very common. But you would have to ask them. But yes, thank you so much to Bench for sponsoring the episode, and they're actually the ones that we currently use for our LLC, called Fox Labs LLC. Yeah. So Fox is me, and Labs is the Labrador.
It is.
And that is the name of our LLC. But anyway, enough business talk for now. The point is that we use them, and they are excellent at what they do. In fact, just to toot their horn a little bit more, some of the mental health issues that I have to work with, they were willing to listen to what I was saying and willing to work with me mostly over email rather than having to do most of it over the phone, which, they're just their average customer does it over the phone. Mm-hmm. But they were willing to do it with me over email because I prefer that due to various mental conditions that I have. So, anyway, I'm going to stop singing their praises because I'm sure I'm boring some of our non-business owning audience. But bench.co is the address, and you can check them out and get a month of free accounting. So to finish up the story and this little episode, I was telling you earlier that basically this is just a preview. Like there is literally 600 megabytes of information on my computer from these conversations that I had with Majira back in the day. 600 megabytes. Now, just to put a little cherry on top of the story. So Telephone is a very smart person. She is whip smart. If she wanted to be an astrophysicist, she could easily do it. She, being the smart person that she is, as soon as she decided to stop working with Artwork Tea, she just deleted all the messages that she had ever sent. Just smart. But guess what Majira didn't do?
He just left the videos there.
Yeah, so I just wanted to really quick show you, if you could grab your glasses for 1 second, my love. I just wanted to show you something that I think is going to, it's just going to be very interesting to go through and see what we can, see what we can find. So this is the export that I made of all the information.
Yep.
You can see there are a bunch of files of the messages, and if we just go here into video files, there are, let's see how many files we have. Oh, 46 video files.
Oh.
357 megabytes of video. I wonder what's in those videos. I actually am curious because I don't remember. This was so long ago. A lot of this was from 2017, 2016. I do not remember what is in some of these videos. So, what do you say? What do you say, Lab? Or Labs? What do you say that we make a podcast series going through these? Doing a bit of excavation and archaeology of the 5,000 messages that I have with the most famous furry in the world.
Let's do it.
All right. So that is the end of our episode. Thank you so much for listening. We are on Spotify. We are on YouTube. We are on Apple Podcasts. We are on all of your favorite platforms. And if you can drop a like and a comment on the episode on whatever platform that you listen on, or a review, if it's on Apple Podcasts, it's a review instead of a comment. It actually helps out the show a lot. It's on Apple, a review is the only way that Apple knows to show the podcast to more people. So we are very, very excited to go on this journey with you through many, 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 many years of of interesting things in my old Telegram messages. So we will see you in the next episode, and we hope that you will subscribe to the show and join us for the next one. Goodbye!
Goodbye.